I've arrived at the Malvern Town Hall. It is a beautiful building, a lovely place to set up for the day. Got about an hour ahead of me to get my dolls all unpacked and onto the table, so here we go. The car is practically full to bursting with dolls. I've got to get these out and see if I can get them all set up. I found my assigned table and we quickly started setting up. The hall was already getting busy with lots of other people getting their stalls ready, and it's really exciting to see the dolls. Unfortunately, it was harder than expected to get my stall ready because we had a bit of a misadventure with my stands and they all ended up getting left at home. So I had to somehow jury-rig the dolls to stand up without them, which did pose a bit of a challenge, but we finally got it ready. Albeit a little haphazardly with a lot of dolls lying down, I was nonetheless pretty happy with the result. Which are your favourite dolls today?
I'm really looking for Blythe and maybe some older Pullips.
Okay, I think I might be able to supply some of that. Would you like to see the Rose and Maiden Pullip as well? Do you mostly collect Asian dolls?
Well, to be honest, I actually only have one doll, but I look at dolls every day
online.
Really? So
Which is your one doll?
This is Petra.
Oh, she's beautiful. So she is a Blythe, obviously a customised Blythe?
Yeah.
Lovely. Well, maybe you can find a second one today.
Oh my god, the Alice one. It's so beautiful.
It's okay if I film your stall? Thank you. I see you have the Dollikins. I do like them.
Yeah.
Very pretty. I do love to find cool vintage dolls in a doll fair like this. The You Need a Dollikin and Palatoy Action Girl are ones I've admired for a long time. I also love the brand new Sindys. They're a really good recreation of the 70s version. And I've even spotted a beautiful Tonner repaint down there, hidden under the other dolls. I might come back and have a closer look at her later. So great to be back and meet old friends at the Malvern Doll Fair. This is Cassie from Bears and Babes. We have met before, and she's going to show us some of her new dolls today that she has been customising.
Dragon series at the moment. So we've got, she's a sort of like a serene princess.
Yes.
You have the warrior princess. You have a goth queen.
And where do the dragons, this is a dragon series, so I can see they each have like a dragon statue with them. Where do they come from?
So often they're like at some of the gift shops you can see the little dragons.
Yep.
So, and then I've customised their stands, created like a bit more, sometimes I've added colour to it, like this one I've added enhanced colour, I've added a bit more glitter to it. So this one I completely changed. They were, I think, blue, and I made them black.
That's very impressive. Did I see that she has like full length hair as well?
Yeah, so she's got her normal hair's been twisted up, and then I've actually also planted this really long piece of hair. It goes on for ages to give her that sort of sultry look.
Yes.
So yeah. And then I've got another sort of sassy kind of warrior.
She was my favourite when I was looking before because
she's got the Zao Zao dragon.
Yes.
So yeah, which has been custom painted. It was bright red, and I've sort of painted it to go with it.
Yeah, to go with her gown as well.
Yeah.
So I see that.
So quite like the sort of rose look again, with a bit of a gothic look as well happening.
So when you do those, is it the dragon that is your inspiration, or does something else inspire you?
So on this particular one, that's her original hair, but someone had just kind of brutalised it. So I gave her this look where it sort of came in front of her face. So I knew that it was going to be a gothic look. Then I painted it. Someone gave me this piece of fabric, and I just thought, well, I'm going to tie that in. And because I was doing a dragon series, I wanted a dragon that would go with her. And I thought, well, she's sort of not quite a warrior, but she's still gothic enough. And that's why I gave her pet dragon.
I love that it's on a lead. So it really looks like it's her pet. That's such a cute feature.
So yeah.
Do you have any others that have been recent additions to
the butterfly series? We've got 3 butterflies, or 2 butterflies and a moth.
Very cute. And I see each one has like its own
Disney
colour.
doll.
Ah, yep.
A Monster High doll and another Monster High doll. So yeah. So, and their stands were like customised to their colourings. So,
They're beautiful. And I love how the stands are flowers and it really goes with the theme.
yeah, and then we've got the Alice in Wonderland
Alice in
series. Now, I
Wonderland.
did have a Queen and Alice,
But they've sold, have they?
So I've got like the Mad Hatter, I've got my Caterpillar, and I've got the Cheshire
The
Cat.
caterpillar is adorable.
Yeah.
That is my favourite.
Yeah.
I mean, the doll is beautiful, but I also love that she's sitting on the toadstool.
Yeah. So, and then you got the Cheshire Cat, which I enhanced. I gave her body enhancements.
I see that. She's quite buxom.
She's kind of Nicki Minaj inspired to give her that sort of...
Goes with the cheeky face.
Bit of
Is
an
that the
arse,
idea?
Yeah, just to say, I mean, everyone assumes that the Cheshire Cat's male, but
Why
I
not?
like a female version of it. So they're,
Absolutely.
So they're my most new ones, and then I've got like a couple of a little clown here, just
Very
experimenting
cute.
with some wigs that I've made.
Oh, she's a wigged doll, not a rooted doll.
It's wigged, and then the wig has been adhered to the head. But yeah, so I've been starting to make a few wigs. And this one's another one where I made the wig super curly, super...
Yeah, it's very
She's just like a
cute.
little fairy with a basket of potions.
I think I always admire your dolls, but
Yeah.
probably the thing that just makes yours stand out to me, you know, more than other people is the display that they come with. It's really special.
Yeah.
I think this one is
She
amazing.
has such attitude, like just
And
hands
that
out, like,
is such a great display piece. It's beautiful.
yeah.
Such a great piece.
She just has such attitude, like Genie.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And I see some witches. Is this like a Halloween series you were doing?
Yeah, there was 3 pumpkins. There's a third one there. So
Yeah.
they just sort of like. They
And
look
having them up on those pedestals just really makes
This is
them
like-
pop.
so, yeah.
Have you had a good day so far?
I've sold a doll and I've sold a few bears.
Yep.
I sold a couple of the little cup sets that I was given. So
And you hand make the bears as well,
yeah,
don't
the
you?
bears are all handmade. So this is a vintage bear pattern.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's why the arms are slightly longer and stuff like that. And then this is my own pattern that I made.
Oh, cute.
So and that's like bigger size, smaller size.
Yep. Lovely.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for your time, Cassie. Lovely to see you again. Fairs like this are a great opportunity to discover all sorts of new dolls that I don't normally look at and I don't normally discover. So many vintage dolls, porcelain dolls, handcrafted cloth dolls, and even dollhouse affairs. As well as, of course, getting the opportunity to see Barbies, clone dolls, and also play dolls from the 1950s and 60s that I sometimes look up online, but it's really hard to get a feel for what they're actually like. It's fun to get the opportunity to handle dolls who I've only seen in pictures before. I'm having a look at Willow Reay Designs. Gail is the maker and she's going to show us some of her beautiful dolls today. Gail, can you tell me, how do you make your art dolls?
The bodies are all cloth. The body's
Oh, he's very big too.
The body is all cloth and fibre filled.
And the faces, do you hand paint them?
Yes, they're painted with pencil.
The pencil, they
Yes.
look really good. Is it a watercolour or is it a regular pencil?
Just normal Prismacolor pencil.
That's
Yeah,
great.
Yeah.
Do you design the patterns yourself?
No, I use patterns that I've got at home. I'll change them around a little bit, but yeah, they're not all my patterns, no.
Do you have a favourite doll amongst the ones you're selling
that
today?
would have to be this one.
Yes. Why is that? What do you love about this doll?
Because I just love the fabrics that I've used, and a lot of those are recycled. I like to buy second-hand op-shop clothes and use those for the clothes.
They are beautiful. I love the embroidery and the accessories. Do you like find pieces
Yes,
and
yes,
upscale them?
Yeah, lots of old, again, op-shop jewellery.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And
a lot of them are wired, so that's why
Mhm.
this one here can stand by himself.
Ah,
It's
yes.
Wire.
Oops.
through his arms, up through his legs, feet, legs, arms, all the way through, so he can
great.
stand by himself.
And you do soft sculpting for the faces as well. Very impressive. Can you show us what's the most recent doll you made?
The ghost.
The ghost.
Yes.
Do you have an inspiration for this design?
No, not really. No.
Is it the fabrics you buy? Do they sort of
Well, I've done a couple of ghosts. That one's all white. The one I've done for myself, I hand dyed with fabric cream. So, yeah, little lantern.
Yeah, I love the little accessories they come with. They're beautiful.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for showing us your dolls today. Sorry. Hi there. Happy for me to film your stall? Is that okay? That's fine. Thank you. One of my favourite stalls was this fabulous one selling all sorts of vintage dolls, from clone dolls, fashions, and rare finds from other countries. I really admired this beautiful mealy from France, and I do wish I'd had more time to come back, as I'm sure I would have found lots of items I wanted to go home with. How much is the mealy? I do love Daisy as well.
I'm negotiable on that.
I will think about it. I like your Daisy long legs as well. I've never had her. You have some really beautiful vintage dolls. Steffi, yes, lovely. Yeah, I was here 2 years ago. I would have done this 2 years ago. Yep. Oh, cute. These miniature doll fashions got me really excited, as they're the exact right size for Pippa and Dawn dolls. There were also so many fun Barbies, both vintage and modern, to look at. It was incredibly hard to decide. I just wish I'd had more time to look at all the stalls today. I've also had the pleasure of meeting Katie, who is pretty nostalgic. And Katie has had her stall right beside mine, which has been fabulous. So I've been chatting all day about dolls and sharing stories. And I saw, Katie, that you sold your Blythe before.
I sold my Blythe to a beautiful lady that is in the stall across from me. She had a look at her when I was setting up yesterday, and we'd had a pact that if she made some sales, she might pop over and spend some of her dollars on the Blythe. So.
Oh, fantastic. So it worked out for everybody. Win-win?
Yes.
Can you show me on your stall, Katie, because you are pretty nostalgic, and I have seen you on TikTok, and we love your videos, but we want to see what you do and, you know, who you are.
I spend a lot of my time teaching people how to restore Barbies. So most of the Barbies that I collect are 80s dolls, and I prefer the ones that come in slightly rough condition, and then I go and fix the hair. And that's how I started making jewellery, because I didn't have any for my dolls. I've decided to reproduce it, and now everyone can.
So how do you make the jewellery? What's your process?
I use 3D printing, and I also use a bit of mold making to do some bits of it.
It's very fine detail for a 3D printer.
It's very fiddly, and there's a lot of sanding and all of that stuff to get them to look like this, because you see them come out of a 3D printer, you wouldn't recognise them as jewellery. So there's some pink ones. This is the more popular one, the silver.
Yep.
That's the crystal Barbie one. And I've got the Loving You reds, which are also really popular for people who haven't been able to find jewellery for their lovely.
I can see your flyer about it here. They're quite reasonably priced. They're very beautiful. And all these Barbies here, have you restored them all?
Pretty much. This one and this one I got from a collector, so they came in pretty good condition, but the rest of them, yeah, their hair, clothes and everything, they were all dirty, had to have a good clean. And I've just found all their bits and pieces and put them together.
And the pink-haired Barbies over here, what did you do with them?
These ones were a lost cause in terms of fixing the hair. You know, when I was a child, I spent a lot of my time thinking I was a hairdresser. And I feel like I'm now paying my dues because I'm fixing all of the dolls with the haircuts. So they've had reroots. I've completely rerouted the head, and then I've styled the hair. This one I used an 80s crimper.
Oh, cute.
And this
Very
one
authentic.
I've put some plaits in to give it a different shaped wave. So
Nice.
yeah, saving them from the tip.
And I hear you sold a lot of dolls today.
Yeah, I had a lot of loose dolls in little baggies, just priced to go. I like to write out what's wrong with them on here and let people be aware before they buy them. It's been a really nice day, and I've loved having you as my store buddy.
Likewise, thank you very much. The Doll Association of Victoria, who run this event, had their own stand right in the middle of the hall. It was covered in semi-vintage and older dolls who were really well priced so that anyone could afford these. Great for newer collectors or people just looking for something to take home that doesn't cost a fortune. So there are lots of great things about a doll show, and one of the great things is meeting other wonderful collectors, especially people I've known online or seen videos of. So this is Melissa, who is going to be doing a presentation tomorrow, and who has a wonderful collection of Grace dolls and lots of other Tonner dolls. Have you had a good day at the fair, Melissa?
Absolutely wonderful, thanks Bonnie. Met a vast variety of people with all types of collections, and yeah, it's been a quite unique experience. I'll be back.
Can you tell us what your highlight today was?
Obviously the Tonner dolls. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit biased, so definitely the Tonner dolls.
It was a good day for Tonner dolls, wasn't it? I
Terrific.
saw them on at least 4 different stalls, I think. There were lots of Tonner dolls here.
Most beautiful, and yeah, great catching up with you, Bonnie. So thank you.
Thank you. The weekend is over. I'm back home. It was incredibly tiring, but so much fun. I do apologize if I missed somebody's stall or didn't get to something you wanted to see. I ended up being absolutely overloaded all day. Stall never stopped being busy, which was fantastic, and I had so many great people to talk to, but it did make it hard to get around and see other people's stuff. So hopefully I managed to capture a bit of everything. As usual at a doll fair, it is very hard not to buy some great stuff. So I ended up obviously picking up a few things. At the end of the day, I went around and a couple of items I liked at the start were discounted. So I've always wanted one of these beautiful Unita Dollikins. I really like the original jumpsuit. So I really liked getting this girl here who's all original. Very cute. I love how poseable these dolls from the 1970s are, and she really reminds me, of course, of my Pippa dolls, who I really love. Speaking of Pippa, from the same stall, I picked up a few original Pippa items. Not super good condition, but it was still fun to find the hair salon. And even better, the lovely kitchen cabinet here, which is in its original packaging and will be absolutely perfect for my Pippa doll collection. I did sell some Robert Tonner dolls, but I also bought some. I've got 3 fresh boxes here of lovely ladies I picked up on the day. Tyler, Radically Red, has an awesome dress with an oriental feel, and she looks in perfect condition in her original box. From the same seller, I've got this beautiful Emily press conference. I love the Emily sculpt, which is one of the later dolls. She's got real personality, and this one has her full original outfit. She is a beautiful doll, and she's got the bending wrist body. Got this beautiful custom one-of-a-kind Daphne. She has had her hair, her makeup redone, and she has a bit of body blushing and extra styling. Daphne is one of my favorite sculpts, but also this one came with all of her certificates and everything to show who she is, and that makes her pretty special. My absolute favorite purchase from the weekend was this complete in-box Inoki from UK company Sybarite. She is an awesome doll. She's actually made of porcelain. I have seen this doll before, but I've never had one in my collection. She's slightly smaller than a 16-inch doll, about 14-inch, and she has these really cool tattoos. You can just see them if you have a look at her arm that are on most of her body. Was so excited to see this doll on the store literally beside mine and at a really reasonable price. She was marked down because one of her hands has this little crack in the porcelain, but it's been nicely repaired, and otherwise she is complete and perfect. So really great find for myself. I might later on do a little comparison of her with some of my other Sybarite dolls, as they are so cool.